When we talk about aging on the moon, will we age faster or slower than the moon? Many questions come into our minds and make us feel things differently. So, talking about the time slowing down as though you're going through space more quickly, as depicted in the film Interstellar, the gravity on Earth is greater than that on Mars. Hence, those on Mars will perceive time as passing a little bit more quickly than those on Earth. So hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, Fly Me to the Moon. Let us take you on a trip to the moon. A brief talk about the moon. The nearest big celestial body, the moon, and the only natural satellite of Earth, is the second brightest object in the sky after the sun and has been known since the prehistoric times. The glyph identifies it. Like the Earth, it derives its English name from Old English and Germanic. Through the ages, people have been curious and fascinated by the moon's barren beauty, which has sparked a rich cultural and metaphorical legacy. The moon was revered as a deity in ancient cultures, and its cyclical power over the tides and the cycle of female fertility was a vivid example of its dominance. Calendars were first created as a result of early studies of the moon's velocity and position that enabled tidal predictions. The moon continues to be a top candidate for the first human settlements outside of Earth's orbit due to its proximity to Earth, its abundant potential as a source of resources and energy, its qualifications as a laboratory for planetary science, and its suitability as a place to learn how to live and work in space for extended periods of time. Scientific discoveries on the moon. As we're talking about the moon and aging, it's important to know some interesting discoveries on the moon. With the mission beginning in June of 2009, NASA's newest moon probe, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter or LRO, has returned with a wealth of data and some amazing research on the findings on the moon. Let's talk about 5 such discoveries. Discovery of 2 lunar pits. At least 2 lunar pits, enormous holes in the moon, have now been captured by LRO in the most in-depth photographs. According to scientists, these craters are created when an underground lava tube ceiling falls, potentially due to a meteorite hit. The Mare Ingeni pit, which is remarkable to be located in a region with few volcanic features, is seen in the photograph. The diameter of this pit is 426 feet or 130 meters. The discovery of lunar mountains. Unlike on Earth, asteroids and comets crash into the moon's surface, displacing and lifting enough crust to construct peaks that easily equal those seen on Earth. As a result, even the largest lunar mountains were formed in minutes or less. The moon axis. There are regions of high elevation at the moon's poles that are continually exposed to the sun because of the moon's small axis tilt. Scientists have created a detailed map of lighting using LRO's accurate topographic data, and they have discovered some regions with up to 96% sunlight visibility. Such locations would see continuous sunlight for roughly 243 days per year and never experience absolute darkness for longer than 24 hours. The ancient and preservatory since the early history. To decipher timescales for the geologic evolution of Mercury, Venus, and Mars based on their unique crater records, the enormous record of impact craters on the moon must be calibrated using absolute ages of lunar rock samples. The interpretation of geologic features using photographs and other data for remote sensing of other planets is partly inspired by the moon's geological features. For instance, before Apollo, there was a considerable disagreement on the origin of Earth craters comparable to those on the moon. The dust and rock surface that forms the lunar soil. Throughout geologic time, numerous impacts resulted in the regolith. When oxygen and hydrogen trapped in silicate dust from ground-up rock and mineral grains in regolith react, water molecules are created. Water molecules may have gathered from water ice deposits in the exceedingly cold, perpetually shaded craters at the lunar poles. The concept of time dilation. Before you jump to any conclusion, it's always better to clear out some facts and scientific words, and if we're talking about space and time, it is very important to have an idea about time dilation. According to their relative speed or places in a gravitational field, various observers see time passing at varying rates, referred to as time dilation. Relative time exists. Even while that seems contradictory, it is a result of Einstein's theory of relativity. We are accustomed to speeding being relative in everyday life. Time is affected by the same phenomenon. An observer would perceive time flowing at a different rate than that of another observer depending on their relative speed or their location within a gravitational field. Only under specific circumstances, though at a low level, does this effect, known as time dilation, become observable. It's time for the climax question. Will you age faster or slower on the moon? People typically encounter environmental stresses in space, such as microgravity, cosmic radiation, and social isolation, all of which can affect aging. Not epigenetic aging, but aging biomarkers like telomere length and heart rate are frequently measured in studies on long-term space travel. It appears to be a good thing that the length of the space trip will result in a slower aging process, but if the mission lasts longer, it could not be good for you, said Nawanaji Enwerem. However, there are different notions or ideas, or can say justifications by different people or scientists about the aging process on the moon. Let's now talk about the movie Interstellar, wherein the film dilation is a general and special relativity concept. They used highly extreme variables, which allowed them to make excellent use of the notion, e.g. a planet, an ear, a giant black hole. Even orbiting the sun is not comparable to a low Earth orbit. At a speed of 17,500 miles per hour or 28,000 kilometers per hour, our astronauts and cosmonauts orbit the planet in the International Space Station. Each day, there is a minus 0.00002646 second time dilation for them. Time dilation for an average crew member that spends 180 days on the ISS is minus 0.0047628 seconds. For their cells to age 1 second faster than if they had stayed on orbit, they would have to spend 140 years in space. Now let's take a look at the factors that lead to aging. Many factors contribute to this aging, so it would seem to address one or a few of them would not have a big impact. Growing older has both difficulties and possibilities. The elderly can enjoy life and not feel they're aging if they're active. Now, let us look at some of the factors that cause aging. Senescence is the aging-related progressive decrease of cellular development and loss in metabolic functions. Senescence, which begins near the conclusion of a person's reproductive years, is also known as old age. It's described as decreasing fertility and raising mortality. Progressive physiologic impairment, which is a pathological development of diseases, is the simple definition of aging, senescence, and senility respectively. Human genes have been built into them from birth. A protein called rapamycin, which is found in human genes, has been involved in the control of aging and growth. Growth and aging are controlled in large part by metabolism. Due to cell damage brought on by metabolism, oxidizing substances or reactive compounds may speed up the aging process. An organism's cells constantly sustain harm and deteriorate daily, but occasionally, persistent harm is done on a more or less permanent basis that cannot be easily healed, which causes aging. Now that we've talked so much about the moon, its scientific discoveries, and factors if you will age faster or slower on the moon, and the factors leading to aging, let us know your opinions and what you think about the video. Feel free to put your thoughts in the comment section below on whether you think we will age faster or slower on the moon. With curiosity, we have come to the end of today's video, and if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Fly Me to the Moon, and stay tuned for more such interesting videos. If you're new to the channel, we wholeheartedly welcome you to our small virtual family and only want your support. Keep supporting and sharing your love, and we promise to deliver you the best content available. Thank you for watching us here at Fly Me to the Moon, and we will see you in the next video.